So, let's talk about goals. We spend so much of our lives chasing them. That next promotion, finishing a degree, hitting a new personal best. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens after we get there? We're about to get into the really surprising and honestly kind of unsettling reason why finally achieving our goals doesn't always bring that lasting happiness we expect. I mean, have you ever felt this? You work so hard for something, for weeks, months, maybe even years. You finally get it, and for a second, it's amazing. But then, this weird feeling creeps in. A sense of, okay, what's next? If you've ever felt that little bit of emptiness right after a huge win, trust me, you are definitely not alone.
And here's the thing, that feeling, it's not a personal failure. It doesn't mean you picked the wrong goal. It's actually a massive clue. It's like a little ping from your brain's ancient operating system, and it's telling you something really fundamental about what it's truly designed to do. To really get what that signal means, we've got to look at what our brains were actually built for. And, spoiler alert, they weren't designed to make us happy. Nope, they were designed to keep us alive. And that means, at their core, they are forward-looking survival machines.
This is the key idea right here, forward-focused thinking. It's your brain's factory default setting. It is always, and I mean always, scanning the horizon, not to enjoy the view, but to spot the next meal or the next danger. It's constantly asking, okay, what's next? What's next? Because for our ancestors, that was the single most important question for survival.
And this is where it gets so fascinating. You've got this built-in conflict. On one side, you have your brain's hardwired priorities, survival, looking to the future, always focused on what's next. But on the other side, you have what most of us want out of life, a feeling of satisfaction, enjoying the present moment, just appreciating what's happening right now. It's like a constant tug of war happening inside our own head. So this internal struggle creates a pattern, a cycle that, let's be honest, can feel like you're on a treadmill that you just can't get off of. We get stuck in this loop of chasing the next thing and the next, always believing that this time it'll be the one that finally lets us relax and be satisfied.
So let's break this loop down step by step. First, we pick a goal. Then, we pour all our time and energy into going after it. Third, we do it, we achieve the goal. And then, step 4 hits. The satisfaction is totally real, but man, is it short-lived. Almost immediately, that forward-focused brain of ours gets restless and shoves us right into step 5, find the next goal. And boom, the whole cycle starts all over again.
And this is the whole reason it can feel so hard to just be happy, to just sit and enjoy a quiet moment or a great conversation. Your brain isn't wired to just hang out in the now. It's already jumping ahead, scanning for the next. Simple, present moment happiness doesn't really register as a critical survival mission, so it just gets pushed aside. But it actually goes a bit deeper than just missing out on simple joys. This constant obsession with the future has a really profound and sometimes pretty unsettling side effect on us. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The very same mental wiring that let us build cities and create art, our ability to plan for the future, is the same wiring that can completely sabotage our contentment in the present. It's one of the great paradoxes of being a human.
You see, because our brains can think about the future, they can also wrap their heads around really big, abstract ideas, like the fact that things don't last forever. Our ability to plan for next year is directly linked to our ability to worry about next year. This awareness, which is a direct result of having such a smart brain, can leave us with this low-grade, constant hum of anxiety about what it all means. Okay, so if this is how we're built, are we just doomed to be anxious and restless forever? Well, no, not at all. The very first step to changing things isn't about fighting your own nature. It's about understanding it.
Seriously, trying to force your brain to stop thinking about the future is like telling your heart to stop beating. It's a losing battle, and it's just going to make you more frustrated. So the goal is not to try and shut down this natural instinct. The real game changer is awareness. When you understand that your brain is just a goal-chasing, future-focused machine by default, you can start to observe its urges instead of just being a slave to them. You can notice that little pull towards what's next, and then consciously, gently, decide to bring just a little bit of your attention back to what's happening right now. And that really brings us to the final thought here. You can't change your fundamental wiring. That instinct to chase the next horizon is what got our species this far. But what you can change is your relationship with it. So, knowing that your brain is always going to be scanning for what's next, how will you choose to also enjoy the journey? How will you appreciate the ground you're walking on right now? The answer to that, well, that's where the adventure really begins.